On to this story, Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa's oversight visit to Eskom's power stations continues today. Ramokgopa wants to get a handle on issues facing the power utility in a bid to start minimizing blackouts. Today, he's in Limpopo visiting Medupi and Matimba power stations. The minister has confidently told South Africans of his commitment to end power cuts. This is where we find Heidi Giokos. She's following the minister this time in Limpopo. Heidi, Medupi power station, one of the biggest 4 power stations in the world, coal-fired ones, that is. You would assume that they have something to show off about, but this power station has been in trouble quite a lot for many years now. Remind us there. All right.
What I can tell you is that the Minister of Electricity is currently locked in meetings with Eskom officials and stakeholders here at Medupi Power Station, one of the many problematic power stations that we have in this country, and it's because of a massive explosion. I must just correct myself. I had earlier said that that explosion was last year, but it was actually in August 2021, where Unit 4 here at Medupi exploded. Apparently the explosion was so big that it was even felt a couple of kilometers from here in the actual town, and it still has not been repaired. We do know that it's probably going to take about 2 years. We were told in 2021 that it would take about 2 years for it to actually fix. The explosion was so massive that Unit 4 is completely out. They are not getting any megawatts from Unit 4. It's going to be important for us to ascertain how far they are in terms of repairing and restoring Unit 4. But as I mentioned, this is a problematic power station, not only because of that massive explosion that happened in 2021, but there is an issue around coal, and it's not because there is not enough coal, but there is about over 400 days of coal supply for Medupi Power Station. And while that might sound like good news, it's actually not good news, because it's an oversupply and they aren't able to use the coal as quickly as they are supposed to be using it. So what we know is that the minister is currently now engaging with Eskom officials, and he will soon come out and give us an update on this particular power station. What's crucial here is that the 4 units that are currently working, there is 1 unit, it's 4 units, yes, that are working out of the 6 units. The Unit 4 was the one that exploded, and there is another unit that is below 50% capacity. It's called electricity availability factors, so the EAF is below 50, which is not necessarily good because they need it way above. Unit 1 is almost at 90% electricity available factor, which is fantastic news, but that means they're obviously ramping it up to full capacity. And you know, that might sound again like good news, but sometimes you shouldn't have units being so ramped up to full capacity, because you need the other units to work equally. But we'll obviously get a clearer picture from the minister and figure out how they are going to solve Unit 4. And at the end of the day, Masego, this all boils down to what the winter is going to look like. Are we going to have ramped up load shedding or rolling blackouts for the winter ahead? We've been told by the minister that's not necessarily the case, and he doesn't foresee us going beyond stage 6, but we've heard this before. He's expressed the fact that units become unreliable. Today they can be at 90% electricity available factor, and tomorrow they might be at 0 because a unit might break down, or there might be some kind of technical and operational issue. So we'll have to just wait and hear from the minister. He will also be moving to Matimba, which is about 13 minutes away from here.
All right, Heidi Giokos live for us at the Medupi Power Station in